Okay. Welcome to today's stream. I'm gonna take a moment to get all started. Today we're running a bit late. I was helping someone with something. Honestly, I don't need this. Let's see if I can't make this look at least good though. Transform center vertically. There we go. So today's stream is going to be a bit different. Since I didn't have a whole lot of time to get set up. Originally I was planning on having it be about that's what I'm looking for. The stream was going to be me doing the same games as I'm sorry, brain net's taking a bit to warm up. It's going to do the more of the Magic the Gathering deck building, but you know, things didn't really work out. So instead I decided to continue in the middle of my most recent or current Backpack Hero run. I am playing the robot, and I already have my overpowered infinite run build set up because it was a really good run. I might go over how it works later, but yeah, just one last time. Sorry I'm late. I had to help a friend who was dealing with a thing. I'm not really at odds to go in any more in detail with that, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah. That's also the reason why I am not advertising myself across all the Discords. Just, it's late, and I'd feel a little bad with advertising my late, probably gonna end up being very short stream on a bunch of other people's Discords. So let's see, is everything working? It looks like Discord, or not Discord, looks like OBS is running smoothly. The game's capture screen is a bit weirdly centered. I'm guessing it's because I'm using these settings that I use for a different thing altogether. Maybe I'll set up a proper recording setup for this game in the future. It'll depend pretty heavily on whether or not people want to see more of this later. Although, I definitely do want to change this now that I'm looking at it, because you guys can't see the full build. So let's move some things around. Move into filters. It is. Here we go. I'm just gonna change this until you guys can see what's important. Okay. And let's go this way, but before I continue that, just because of how long each fight takes, I will move on to the next thing and just get going. This will give you guys an opportunity to see how broken this gets from the very beginning. So this game has had an update somewhat recently. Yeah. So there's a new character. I'm not playing as that character right now. If this run loses and there's still time left, maybe I will show you a run with the new character. But yeah. Almost got it. Just gotta go over here. I'll make sure you guys can see what floor we're on, and run time and all that. We'll cut into the bottom just to save in space. Well, no, I don't want to cover that. That should be good, I think. Okay. Ah, that's a decent size, actually. Now, where do I put this? Maybe over here? This space doesn't seem like it's very often used. Okay. We have a new setup. And yeah. So, this build. What's going on? The robot, instead of using items directly, you use the core, and it shoots a beam, and when it passes over an item that can be used, it uses it. I have a bunch of items that create more beams of energy. I have a bunch of items that make each beam of energy activate items more times. And let's see. The weapon I have, just because it was the smallest one that I could find that also I will be able to enchant later, I haven't had the opportunity to yet, is the key sword. For every adjacent key. Right now there are no adjacent keys because I spent them all, but it doesn't really matter because what weapon it is isn't what's gonna help me. There's actually a weapon I would rather have that would be more useful. But key sword. I also have the stopwatch, and since I'm creating a bajillion energy, the stopwatch means that the sword gets to a point where it's dealing a truly obscene amount of damage each time it gets used. Like, it started this fight at what, like 19 damage? Now it's doing 56? Yeah. On top of that, I have gemstone so that I can heal constantly, since this is really my only source of damage. I do have this item, which I might get rid of. It's buffed by a ruby and a flame gem and 2 pearls, which just means it deals more damage. On top of that, I do have this pouch with extra stuff in it. I'm currently on a quest to get multiple pouches to see what happens if I put a pouch in a pouch in a pouch. But I've only been able to get one so far. Other than that, there's obviously a bunch of rings. I have Rose of Thorns and 2 yellow roses, which just means that even if I wasn't able to damage them as much as I am, I would still be getting all of I'd still be getting the benefit from all these thorns from a more defensive position or standpoint. Because I have these 2 defensive grid shields, I am consistently getting 63 block every turn, which is, aside from boss fights, more than most enemies are going to be able to handle in most scenarios. Let's see, got up to 74. Yeah. Most fights end with a one-shot, but this particular enemy starts off with enough health that, in addition to the other enemies I started off with, I'm not sure I'm gonna be one-shotting this fight. I still might, actually, though, which is kind of the crazy thing. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Let's see, I have Rings of Luck, whatever. Ray gun and Fezz grids they do more of the thing they do the further the energy has traveled before getting to them. So I tried putting them as far back as I could. Once I fill in this top row, I can change it to be even better. I have this relic, which if I ever do die, I'll basically have at least one more turn. Building any decks lately. I actually, if you've been to the previous few streams, I've been working on a Magic the Gathering deck for this channel. Specifically because I wanted to show you guys what kind of decks I would normally play. Outside of the channel, though, I have joined a Magic the Gathering club for my school, and they only play Commander, which I'm not super enthusiastic about, but it's at least something. But yeah, this particular item is a repeater, so it goes on a lot longer than I thought it did. I don't know how many more times the repeater is going to be shooting energy, but we will see. I think this is the second to last time. So yeah, this is going to be another one-turn KO. Or actually, is this creating infinite energy? Because I keep seeing it pass through and saying 1. I don't know what that's about. I think it is. Yeah, never mind. I actually created a truly infinite build, so I will always be one-shotting enemies. The only time I will have to worry about anything is if an enemy has thorns, which isn't really too much of a concern because I also have the relic Cleansing Flame, which will remove their thorns. So I guess this is a build. Just today we're gonna be running this until something happens. Maybe once I get the second pouch, we can stop. Mirror Shield. If I took it, it would just be to sell it. Do I have room for that? Yes, actually. Here. We'll put that in there so I can sell it later. And attach this. I'm trying to use up consumables where I can. I don't have any use for food. This is the final floor, by the way. So that's just a thing. Is there anything else I want to go over for the build? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's that. Let's go over here. So here's an example of an enemy that starts with thorns, but all of his thorns are gonna be gone by the time I'm done with the Ultra Knight. So there's really no point to concern myself with that. Let's see. So as you can see, I just created an obscene amount of energy. And all these things are going to go through and go into the repeater, I think. And then once all these are done, it's all going to go in the repeater and it's going to cycle. What YouTube channels are my favorites? Let's see. I like Jazza a lot. Drawfee is also one of my personal favorites. So these are some art channels. I like Hacksmith Industries. They're all about making stuff. Corridor Crew is cool. They're VFX artists, which is like special effects for movies. I like watching a channel called Scrapman a lot. He just plays games in which you basically... Well, he's been playing a few games recently. Some racing games and some games in which you build vehicles and stuff like that. I'll be right back. My cat wants to be inside. Come here. This is silly. And yeah, today's stream is going to be much more chill. I'll actually be able to keep up with the chat, since most of what's going on screen is this infinite passive thing that just happens. I wonder how much of this I could change and keep the infinite running. Because I'd like to actually make it a lot shorter so I can get through it faster. Because this takes over. One thing I will note is that if I have the animation speeds any faster, the game actually bugs out and the energy dies and I lose the infinite, so I lose. Period. This is unfortunate. Oh, the flame gem is supposed to give 2 burn, but the cleansing flame removes 1 burn each time the sword is used. So there's a little bit of anti-synergy going on there. Not that it really matters, since I don't think the enemies will ever take burn damage as long as I have an infinite going. But yeah. Let's see. I can actually just look through this. One YouTuber who I watch literally every day just because I love their stuff that much is Aliens Rock. I've also recently been getting into a roguelike channel called Retromation. And, yeah. Now, I don't watch Markiplier, but for a while I was watching Distractable. It looks like... I stopped watching Distractable, though, because they stopped doing edited episodes. But looking at my subscription list right now, it looks like they might have gone back to doing that, since I see a new edited episode. I'll have to check that out later today. Speaking of podcasts, I'm actually possibly going to be putting out a example podcast episode, just because I have to do that for one of my schoolworks. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Yeah, I'm going to be... I'll have to ask my friends if they'd be interested in joining me for that. But we can maybe do that. I plan on talking about sorry, my brain just did a bit of a brain fart. I am planning on talking about D&D 5th edition and how Wizards of the Coast's attempts at accommodating a wider general audience has hindered their roleplay communities, which is a problem when it's a tabletop role-playing game. I don't want to get into that right now because it's a lot, honestly. I just don't want to deal with it. And yeah. If I'd be willing to try something in the next fight, I might see about not using the ray gun. Also think about it, I can place these batteries much better. And they might not even be necessary, but the first thing... Actually, I guess they should be the first thing to go if I want to test how necessary they are. Yeah, these batteries will have to go. That's cool about podcasts. Yeah, I'm not really a big podcast person. There's a few podcasts I have listened to. But other than Distractable, none of them have really been able to hold my attention for very long. Or not attention, interest. Because while the episode is going, I'm always very attentive to it. But I lose interest in them pretty quickly, and then I just stop watching them. Yeah, anything I can do to figure out how to speed this process up, I think will be a good idea. I think I want to keep all the things that make the charge larger. I've noticed that usually in order to get this to work, you need to start off with a very large charge beam, if that makes any sense. You like motivational podcasts? Yeah, those are neat, I guess. Not really my cup of tea. I feel like I am naturally as motivated as I need to be. But, hey, if it works for you, then it works for you. And that's pretty cool. Let's see. I should mention, I think now is a good time, that I do have a Discord. And while today it didn't really work out, normally I host polls to decide what I'm going to do each week for the stream. If it's going to be a stream. Next week should be a video, but we will see. But yeah, the link to that Discord is in the description. You can go check that out. And then, aside from that, now I want to talk more about the Discord. I have in the Discord an area in which I ask people to tell me what they think I should talk about. I have art events. Today is the last day to submit for this month's event, since I have the event every month. This month's event was Draw Yourself as a Villain. We have some amazing submissions. In fact, since today is the last day, I might as well go over those submissions right now, I think. I'll scroll back to the beginning and mention everyone who has participated. Yeah, we have some amazing submissions. Okay, there we go. That was the previous thing. Scrolling down. The, The first submission was by, let's see, Alex Chan TNT, with a pretty interesting image of, let's see, red hair, sitting in their throne. Yeah, really cool vibe. Kind of makes me think of Axel from the Kingdom Hearts series. Not so much big hair, but maybe in future events I will show it. I want to get permission from the artists before I show them on the channel. So for now, I'm just going to be telling you the names. Obviously, I did a submission. I also had 2 AI do submissions. Every event I've been having AI do submissions their own. I don't think they need a shout out in particular. Floof had a submission that honestly is very... It has a very good mood to it, I think. I like it a lot. Okay. After that we have submission by Strawberry Java, which is a very fun little image. I actually think is very... It shows a lot of personality, is what I'll say about it. after that, I think... Right, Nightmare Fuel 36 had a submission that was, I think, inspired by Dr. Octopus from the Spider-Man series. And I think that they were the last submission. So if you want to submit and maybe have your art be shown on the channel in the future, or not, just because you participate does not mean I will show your artwork. First of all, I would always ask permission first. But if you want to participate in these events, join the Discord. Oh, this is over. I'm going to immediately use this reroll. Nothing I care about. Okay, so first thing I want to do, let's swap these around so I can move that there. Then I want to... Annoying. What to do about this? I can do this. I can do this. This. I can do this. And I can do that. Then I can just swap this out with a ring. That's a slightly smaller thing. Although that's not what I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of this, and I want to get rid of that. There we go. No more ray gun. For the next fight, this will be the build. If this also sets up the infinite, that'll be nice. Do I have anything for sale? I'm on the fence as to whether or not I want to sell the flame gem. I guess I should, since it ultimately won't speed up any fights if each fight is an infinite. Can I actually save more room with that in mind? Knowing I can put this up here. I feel like I should be able... I can do this. There we go. Once more, it's a little bit slower. So the way the charge goes is it goes down here, hits here, and it moves past this since it doesn't have an opening on this side. Hits this and goes up, going past this because there's an opening. This reverses the direction because you go down this piece into the cycle. And that's just kind of how that works. King's Shield is a recently added item, which gives the player the same abilities as one of the two final bosses. At least I think there's two. That boss being called the King, so this is the King's Shield. And, yeah. I don't think there's anything else I want to try and sell. Let's check in here to see if there's anything I can add to the build. No. I'll take this consumable and just go into the next fight. Okay, here's a good place to test the infinite. They have a combined total of looks like over 10,000 health. So if I run out of energy first, then that's too bad. Otherwise, I'm just gonna absolutely destroy. Now, where was I? Right. Also on the Discord, one of our frequently posting artists, Dr. A, has been working on a sort of card game. I'm very excited for that, and I hope that they will allow me to show it off on my channel when they're done. But join the Discord if you want to keep getting updates on that. You can also just show off your art like them without it being related to an event. I'm always happy to see the artwork that they do. Aside from that, let's see. Redraw if you want to ask someone else to redo your art. It's also a channel on the server for getting feedback, and a writing workshop channel, I guess. If you have your own channel, join my Discord server, and when you put out a video, you feel free to use the self-promo channel in order to let us know. We have a few people who use that. If we have enough competitive events and we get enough winners, I'm planning on starting a winners channel, a text channel just for people who have won previous events. Still need to get a few more winners before I think that I should open that. But if you're interested in that, maybe join the channel now, and if you win an event before it opens, you could be one of the first people in it. And I think that's really it for the Discord. I also have polls for what events to run each month. Since today is the last day, I'm going to have to, once submissions officially close, I'm going to have to start the next poll for next month. Let's see, I should probably choose now what I think is going to do that. I have a very long list of ideas for that. Of course, I'm always happy to hear new ideas if anyone wants to suggest ideas for events. Let's see. I've been considering having writing events, but I'm going to leave that up to the Discord server. I have a vote in which people decide if they want to be an art event or a writing event. I think that this upcoming month's event should be chosen between... I always pick 4 and then have the server vote between those 4. Maybe a Dwarf Sona event could be an option. I want to have 2 options for competitive events and 2 options that are non-competitive. Any event in which you're drawing yourself or a specific characterization of yourself is not going to be competitive, for the simple reason that I'm not judging you or your characteristics. The event is meant to be if it's going to be competitive, it should be a judgment of the art itself. So the next non-competitive thing I might do would be a Muppet Sona, drawing yourself as a Muppet. For competitive options, let's see. Design an NPC could be fun. Landscape could be fun. Drawing a scene. Design a castle, bunker, base, home, space station. Design a PC is an option. Design a thing for the very well-known game generic MMORPG for MEM and PC. That could be fun. And then there's Wholesome Art. I think Wholesome Art will be one of the competitive options. So The option for competitive next month is going to be who can draw the most wholesome art. The other option for competitive, I think, will be color palette themed. That could be fun. I'll be deciding officially later, but that's my current thoughts. How much damage is this dealing per hit right now? 89. Real heavy hitting build. So yeah, if you have any ideas for events you would like to see or participate in, just know I am always open to suggestions. I usually write the suggestions down, so you can just let me know, and I will see what I can do. So let's see, the new character in Backpack Hero is this character called Satchel. So right now there are 4 heroes. There is, let me think. I forget the mouse's name, I forget the frog's name, I forget the robot's name, and we have Satchel. Satchel is, I think, a rooster? Something like that. And, might as well talk about their gimmicks. You already see the robot's gimmick here is, like I said, you can't use items directly. Normally it doesn't go this well. It takes a lot of luck to be able to make an infinite build like this. But I got lucky. That's really all there is to that. Let's see. Aside from that, kind of drawing a blank. Right. Toad's gimmick is they have, aside from the items in their backpack, they also have a deck of runes, which can be played. They're like temporary items that you have to summon per fight. And, the backpack upgrade system is very different. The thing that the robot has that is another thing that the robot has that's different from the mouse and the frog is that the mouse and the frog, when you upgrade your pack, you choose which squares to expand in. In this, with robot, you're given an option between 2 Tetronymos, which are the names of Tetris pieces. And then you use those to fill out the bag. Let's see, it's going to be a long while before I level up, so it's going to be a long while before I can show you that. But that is the idea. The new character, the rooster, Satchel, also has Tetronymo upgrades, but even then it's a bit different from the robot, because when you expand with the robot's pack, it has to be adjacent to how you've already expanded. The robot is not like that. You have access to the full size of the pack at the very beginning, and if the pieces are not attached to one another, they form different pockets. Satchel gets a lot of items that synergize with having multiple pockets. I found that this is, in terms of offense, decent, not crazy, not as crazy as the robot infinite energy build,
but it's usually able to get you to the very end. Not of the infinite mode, like endless mode, like I'm in right now, just to the end of a standard run. However, from a defensive position, all the items that synergize multiple pockets are garbage. Not because the items themselves are garbage, just because you're not really able to get enough pockets in the direction that you would need in order to really capitalize on the defensive items. So they're just kind of, at best, temporary slot fillers, and at worst, a complete and utter waste of space. Is there a way I can save more space? For the next fight, let's try moving these around. It's going to cut the boosters in half, but what I'm hoping is that that won't matter. I don't have room in the pouch. What I really need is to go to the shop so I can sell this and just get that space back. There we go. The reason I don't put all this stuff in the pouch is just that they take up... their effects don't activate if they're in the pouch. That said, I should probably put the ray gun in there. Anything else? I don't think so. Let's go into this. I don't even want to add those to my inventory. I'm not really hurting for gold, so adding things just seems like a bad idea. This looks bad if the infinite doesn't work. Hopefully after this turn I'd be able to survive if I don't get the infinite, at least be able to survive one extra turn so I can reorganize the bag and get to be all honkadory. We will see if it works the way that I'm hoping it does. I'm already concerned though, just because I am playing with a decent amount less energy. If I just sacrifice the infinite, I'm hoping I can at least kill the front two enemies. Or maybe I should kill the front one and the back one. The middle one is giving me a curse, which could be bad, but I've honestly found that it's not that difficult to deal with, especially since my weapon will heal me every time it kills, and it's going to kill. So we will see. One other thing that is new, so certain items that can be found, obviously, are character restricted. And they recently added a bunch of weapons called shurikens in the last update, which I feel like they added too many. If you're playing as the mouse or the new character, Satchel, you just get what feels like an endless supply of these shurikens. And it kind of makes it so that doing any non-shuriken build kind of loses its viability, just because you're not able to find anything. You're not able to find enough of non-shuriken items to benefit a non-shuriken build. That said, it's still decent. Just annoying. We already killed one of these 3 enemies. Just working on the second one. So yeah, these enemies, instead of having a total of 10,000 health, it's just like 3,000. This is, I believe, my second cycle of the... No. Yeah, this is my second cycle of the floors. Normally these enemies only have like 80 health. But the amount of health they have grows really fast. And have never been able to get too far in the infinite runs. Usually 2 or 3 cycles is the most I can manage. But since this is an infinite run, I don't know if I'm gonna ever run into anything. I think the only thing that can kill me is if something starts off with a obscene amount of spikes on it. Spikes, which I find kind of offensive, but whatever. I can handle them. I can deal. It looks like it still is a true infinite, which is very, very pleasant to see. Let's see. Guess I'll take this to sell it. And we can try and upgrade... Oh, he isn't taking my items. Oh, we can try and see if I'm going to be offered the upgrades I want. Haste to shield, energy clothing, damage to weapon. Nothing I want, unfortunately. They recently fixed it. So initially, you could upgrade any item any number of times, which I thought was fine, but apparently the developers thought was a little broken. So they had changed it so you could only upgrade a given item once. That was way too restrictive and made it borderline like pointless to upgrade anything. So now they have it so that rare items can be upgraded a couple of times and less rare items can be upgraded once. Each of these rings can only be upgraded once, for example. This key sword can be upgraded 4 times, which is why I'm not upgrading it at all, because I'm waiting until I find an item that I actually want. Again, here's an enemy that starts with spikes. Offensive, but it doesn't ultimately matter. I forgot to see if I couldn't make it any shorter. I should have. Oh well, too late now. I'll have to remember after this fight to shorten up the thing. I think I see a change I want to make. So part of how this infinite works is that, so I create enough energy that when I get this repeater, it has more than one. For each energy the beam has when it gets to a repeater, the repeater will create that many new charges with only one energy each. Each charge can then go through a booster, which increases the amount of energy per charge and makes it grow, and then they go back and hit the repeater again. Now, normally, in my experience, like it says, it can only be used once each turn. So normally, I'm pretty sure this is a bug. I think I've bugged out the game. So it's supposed to only create a number of charges equal to the first time something hits it. And then it runs out, and everything's done and over with. But I found that if you have a whole bunch of things creating new charges also go into it, for some reason it reads each new charge as a part of the original and just adds to it. So each charge adds a bunch more, and at that point it just breaks the repeater, so it reads the charges that it sends out as an effectively brand new charge. I'm not sure exactly what's causing the bug, which is why I'm being very careful about when I make changes. But I'm hoping to come to a better understanding of it, so I can make a more efficient time-efficient version of it. That's kind of my goal with it. Because now that I have all the pieces for making this infinite work, I want to get rid of all the excess so that I don't have to sit here for 3.5 hours for each fight I want to run. Normally, once I get to this point of infinite, I just kind of end the game, because what's the point of sitting around? But since they added this pouch, which is, as far as I can tell, the only way outside of leveling up to get more space in your bag, since they've added that, I really want to experiment with the pouch. If I can get a second pouch, and I get a little bit of time to experiment with them, I might just end the run, because why not? But until then, I do want to see this through to its fruition. How much is this doing now? 101 damage per use. So yeah, and I think I already mentioned this, but the stopwatch's effect is that each time my weapon is used, it'll deal an additional 1 damage. One of the things I want to do to speed this process along is upgrade the weapon so that it also gives me an effect called Rage, which also increases the amount of damage. That way it can scale faster, and it'll go from 300 uses of the sword to 100 uses of the sword. And then I can just win that much faster. To be honest though, the keysword is not the best weapon, and it is entirely possible that I will find a better weapon to do that with. I have so much money that even if I fully upgraded the keysword and then found that new weapon, there's a decent shot that I would still want to swap them out. So I finally got to level up, and as you can see, I get to choose between the O piece and the reverse L block. I'm just going to plop that right there, and now I have more space. It's here. And do I care about any of these? I do not. Okay. The experiment I want to run now was to try and swap these out and not use this at all. This would allow me to lower the reverser by 1, and that's 2 times of hitting this square less that I have to wait in each cycle. I want to change as little at a time as I can, just because otherwise I'll be dealing with way too much. That said, I do think I'm also going to swap out 1 battery for another booster, since I have the extra booster. I would also like to find more keys, to be honest. Last chest before we go on to the next floor. Sure. Let's do that. So the wooden blade, this one, that's what I had for most of this run. The problem is that you can't upgrade it at all, which is why I wanted to find something like the key sword, which has the same stats, but since it's a higher tier item, it will be able to be upgraded once I find a blacksmith that has the upgrades I'm looking for. So here's the finale. Get one more chest of robot-related items. What's this? Charger. Destroys charges. First charge is stored. Second charge released twice as the energy stored. I have not been able to figure out how to use this item effectively, so I'm just gonna not bother. I don't really care about any of these items. I also don't like items like Heavy Grinder, unless you have a way of generating new items. It just kind of is a waste, I think. So yeah, I just don't even want to bother. There's not a lot of ways that generate items that doesn't cost more energy than the number of spaces that item takes up. So the grinder just doesn't work, I think. I would like to be able to use these consumables just by clicking on them, but unfortunately I can't. This is the best fight to see if the infinite is working. I have to chew through 15,000 health. So let's get started. I feel like this is a good start. Already it feels a lot faster. This is the king I was talking about before. So the effects that the shield gives you are the same as the effects he has, where not the regen thing, but the thing where you can every time your enemy does one of 2 things, you will either gain haste, which gives you more block, or rage, which gives you more rage. So the reason he's not getting these things are, again, I have something called the Cleansing Flame, which are getting rid of them faster than you can gain them. But each time my weapon is used, he's supposed to be getting haste, and every time a shield is used, he's supposed to get rage. Normally this means you want to kind of rush them down as quickly as you can, but I mean, I already have an infinite. What would be the point? There's a chance that I will want to get rid of one of these two shields that I have. They're nice. It's nice to be able to have effectively double the block when you don't have an infinite. But when you do have an infinite, it just kind of makes things take longer. The only problem is I do use them in order to trigger part of the thing generating all the energy, which are these defensive cores. That said, I think I can just get rid of one of them and have that one trigger both of the cores. I could just move the core above the shields and then have one more elbow piece adding the energy into the cycle. Yeah, I'll see about that after this fight. Let me know what you guys think of the music, by the way. Just if it's too loud, too quiet, if my voice is too loud or too quiet. All that good stuff. I guess I could always do the YouTube thing, just to let you guys know, hey, if you like my content, feel free to show me by liking it. I am always very appreciative of anyone who wants to comment. I try to comment to respond to any comments that I can. Subscribe for more, I guess. I don't know. I'm still pretty new to the YouTube thing. But, you know, if you like the stuff, why not? And yeah. What I do is mostly gaming, although in the future, my hope is that I can show more of games that are being made by people who are new to the scene of game development. Like I said, there's someone who's making a card game. I would love to be able to play their game on my channel. There's also someone making a game on Roblox, which is going to be a bit like, kind of like that Smash/Valhalla kind of style gameplay, but in a 3D environment. It sounds really cool, and I can't wait to check it out. But before I can do that, I'm obviously just waiting for them to have a finished product that I can look at. We're almost halfway through his health already, which is nice. I don't know how much longer this bug is going to be in the game, because I actually kind of expect them to fix it by now. The repeater, because it clearly says it's only supposed to be usable once per turn, but as you can see, that just is not the case at all. I will say, this is one of my favorite games. I think the artwork is absolutely phenomenal. The concept is wonderful. Gameplay is fun. Just all around, there are no critiques for it. I think this is the perfect game. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a call.
I will have to get back to them after the stream. I will probably, assuming nothing exciting happens, I will probably be ending the stream at 3. So we have another 33 minutes to go. Think about it, there is one artwork I think I should be able to show you, which is the artwork that I had made for my own submission. I don't know why I didn't think to show that. Of all the artists, that's the one I know I will always have permission to show. Let's see. It should be under my... Here, maybe? I have to find it first. Ah, here we go. Wait, how do I do this? I guess... Let me open OBS and see if I can't figure this out. I would want to open an image. Okay. Okay. Browse. It's in here. I think this is the right one. Yeah, here we go. At first I had tried making, oh, the fight ended. I will get this set up and then just continue on. Sure. Put this in here so I can add that there. Doesn't matter, I'll probably end up selling that. So this is the... So here the infinite is still working. Let's try that thing I was talking before now. Okay, we'll put this here. I want to do that and that. But I want to take this L piece, move it down there. That should work. I don't know why it wouldn't work. That also means I should be able to simplify this, right? Oops. What I meant to do is that. I'm just leaving it where it is. Well, okay. Open pouch. Let's put, I guess we'll put this in here. Because I want to be able to use up all these consumables sooner than later. So that's good, that allows me to use them up. Go here, click the thing. Give me the prompt and I'll say I want to continue. There we go. Sorry about anything that's now covered by the image. I just wanted to make sure we weren't wasting in-game time. And start the infinite. Okay. Back to OBS. This is the... oh god. I had originally tried drawing it. I was not satisfied with my first attempt. So instead I decided to make evil Zodiak in a Hero Forge. The main problem I had in my first attempt is that it felt uninspired. And I had found that it worked better if I had instead... because initially it was just me sitting in place. Right? Like, it was just me... It was evil me sitting in a chair looking down on someone. which is cool, but there wasn't much to it. Someone pointed out, though, that an evil version of myself would probably live their life the same way actual me plays card games. Which I thought, first of all, that's really funny. Second of all, that's really true, more than I'd like to admit. So, that's what we did. We remade the character, except, now he's kind of living life as a card game. Specifically, the way I play card games is less about me trying to beat the other person, and more about making sure that they lose. Because you don't need to win as long as the other person doesn't. If the other person doesn't win, you win by default. And that's really the entire premise of it. I will note, normally when in the past when trying to make this work, I've been using multiple reversers to make it bounce back and forth into a repeater. That does not work. The repeater shoots in direction and then it comes back and then it hits the repeater and then it dies. That's it. So having it be a cycle like this, into a circle, I have found is really the best way to make it work. Consumable, consumable, consumable. Let's see, how else do I experiment with simplifying the design now? Maybe replace the battery? Maybe I don't even bother having this one. Maybe it's just like that. This might be enough, honestly. This is having one extra thing creating a charge, and then just a bunch of things growing the charge. Let's try for that. That probably won't save too much time, but it should save some time. Okay. Oh right, I forgot to turn off the image. There we go. Hopefully you were still able to see what I was talking about. Today is a lot less organized and structured than usual, since normally I would, before the stream starts, I would take some time to write out everything I want to talk about into a list. A skill that I basically learned from my sister. She loves writing lists. But I don't know, I was busy helping my friend, so I didn't have time to really do that. It's the same reason that this is the first time I am not doing either of the option on the poll. Unfortunately, no one voted on the poll, so I figured it was fine. If someone had voted, I probably would have gone with that instead. But since someone voted, I figured no one would mind me just changing it up. And so I decided to do this, since this was something that I pretty much already had in progress, and it would be less effort to show off. It would allow me to just kind of not worry too much about today's stream. The other options were continuing a kind of series that's been going on of doing artwork for 3 randomly generated NPCs, which are going to be characters in the world of MEM NPC, which is the mission to end the mistreatment of NPCs. So I'm just now realizing there's a much better way I can situate the sword. Although it might make it take twice as long. So I don't know if I actually want to do that. The way I was thinking is, just rotate the sword like this, then I can have that. Because, well, actually, does it save room? Because I still need to have both of these next to it in order to give it the benefit. And kind of running out of space. This only gives +2. I'd rather have that. Let's still try it. Then I can move this here. Let's try a fight without secondary energy creation. Just having the base amount. So I'll do that there. Well, I mean, this is secondary. I'll just have this so that if it doesn't work out, I can plop it in. Till then, this is the most streamlined I've gotten it so far. And actually, there is a way of streamlining it a little bit more. I can completely remove the repeater from the equation just by doing this. Let's get rid of that. Let's see how this goes. I predict that this is not going to go great. If I was going to lose, this would be where I lose. But I might as well experiment and try and figure out how to make things work the absolute best they can. It also allows me to have all the gems adjacent to the thing again. And I can even reinstall my other defensive grid for more block. If I was to change this any further, I'd probably get rid of that again, move the keys towards the other side, and I can move everything over by 1. But for now, work with what you got. Dueling sword. Once per combat. Terrible item for this. And there's another consumable. Getting a lot of consumables. One thing to note is that for the characters with their own unique items that are necessary for their build to work, they get their own additional chests, and they get a lot of them, and it's that's kind of it. It's just they have their own unique additional chests that they can use. Let's see if this infinite is still infinite. So I create a bunch of energy, and it goes in the repeater. This is looking faster and cleaner already. I feel like it's actually reduced lag, which is confusing. I don't know why that would necessarily be the case. So between these, this is a disposable battery. That's the difference. Honestly, I think that this should be called a rechargeable battery then. I wonder if there's any plans on introducing an item called the rechargeable battery. I'd be curious as to how that would work. I don't know. Maybe it'll be something where like it converts mana into energy. I think that's what it would be. Hey, developer, if you're listening, that's my suggestion. Completely free to use. The suggestion is the rechargeable battery. It's just an item where you create, where it turns mana into energy. So the beam passes through it, and it adds to the beam 1 energy by using up 1 mana. Then if it passes over the item multiple times, it'll keep doing it until your mana stones run out. You know, if, I don't think I'll have enough time. If I play this game again, I'll have to remember to do a mana build, or magic build, so I can show you what I'm talking about when I say that. I hope this game gets mod support also. I think that this game has a lot of potential to do a lot of really cool things and be a really big deal. But I think that it would go a long way if there was something that would to help people who want to just get into making games themselves. Open the pouch. I have room for one thing. We'll grab that. So this infinite worked. It is still an infinite. So the next way to change this would be getting rid of one more of these guys. Can I make it smaller? Maybe by using one fewer booster? Let's also start trying to use up some of these things. Does this take a... Yeah, diagonal keys. Awesome. I can swap these around, and now this will gain a little bit more damage. 2 more damage, to be precise. Let's start trying to sell some stuff. It's an uncommon. Do I have any high-end things to sell? I think I did. I did not. What was that last relic I got? It was... Oh, it was the coral. Yeah. Nah, it's not going to be very useful for me. Just trying to get rid of as much stuff as I can. I'm too cautious to get rid of the gem of Anna. Anna, I don't know what to call it. I think that's all the rare and legendary things that I actually want to get rid of. So let's get rid of an uncommon. We'll drop this, I guess the defensive core would be the best thing to drop. Can you get rid of both? No, he's out of room to sell things. I really want to get a structure builds going with this cloud sword, but I never find structures in the same run that I find cloud swords, so it's just this hopeless dream, honestly. Boosters are just better versions of amplifiers, also. Let's see if I can finally upgrade the way I want to. Rage. Here's the thing I was talking about. How much does it cost to do that? 30 gold? So also originally, each smith, you could only upgrade one item one time, and then you couldn't use that smith again. Now, as long as you got the money, you can keep doing it. Anything else I might want? No? Okay, well I just added all 4 of the rage to the key sword. So, it's now a fully upgraded weapon, and it should scale very quickly. If the infinite is still running, I might get rid of the shield altogether. Although I'll still keep it around in case I find that there is an enemy that can cause problems. That was it. That was like a decent chunk of my gold. So, if I do find the item that I would prefer, what's this? It's just a bad. Okay. Then I won't be able to upgrade it immediately, but I think that's fine. Okay, is this infinite still an infinite? It's already looking pretty promising. Sorry if today's video is not the most exciting visually, although to be fair, I feel like exciting and energetic is just not something I really do. It's not me. And first and foremost, I want to be honest to my character while doing these things. And by character, I mean me, my personality character. So I don't really have any intentions of changing that. But anyways, my point was there is even less than usual. So I'm sorry if it's not the most entertaining thing. I know my topics of conversation might not be as interesting as they always are. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's drop this even further beyond. Here, I'm really starting to put everything on the line. There's only 2 boosters for the repeater. I can foresee this becoming a problem. And let's just also grab this, because why not? I want the Infinite to run as quickly. Yeah, they also added little things where you can find +5 healing, +5 gold, or +5 XP just on the ground. Wait, this is maximum level? Oh, I thought I was going to be able to fill in these last 4 spaces. This is interesting. I'm really glad I never wasted any of the Tetris pieces or Tetronimos, because oftentimes you find yourself not able to fully use them, so you end up needing to overlap. I was able to do this without any overlap, which is apparently really good because I'm never going to level up again since I'm at the max level. So if you ever did waste a Tetronimo piece, that's just a slot that you will never be able to fill in. That's really important to know. I'm actually kind of shocked by that. The 2 damage from the key isn't going to matter. I'll go ahead and unlock this now. Here's the example of the +5 healing. I don't have any damage on me, so I might as well ignore it. Vorpal Blade. Is this worth swapping these around? It gains more benefit from damage, actually. You know what? Yeah, no, straight up. I'm a little sad I found it right after upgrading, but I would be a fool not to swap that around. Yeah. Really unfortunate, but it is what it is. On the other hand, it does also offer me an opportunity to just kind of unlock this door with the key sword. A huge waste of the upgrades, but oh well. One more fight. Hopefully I can get enough gold to maybe buy the yeah, this can be upgraded 4 times. The 4 rage ups again. If not, I'll just have to wait until the next time I run across a place that has those. Oh yeah, we also need to see whether or not this is still an infinite. Right, okay, this is also kind of scary just because the Vorpal Blade costs 2 energy per thing. So it's much less likely to be a true infinite. We will have to see how this plays out. It looks good, honestly, so far. Yeah. The Vorpal Blade should escalate in terms of damage a lot faster than that Keyblade did. Because the thing about the Vorpal Blade, for those who don't know, is that it deals... all things that increase the amount of damage it does is better for this, because bonus damage is increased by an additional 25%. That's just really good, especially when you get items that can permanently buff it, although I haven't seen any of that particular item. I don't know if you can actually find that item with the robot. I don't remember ever having seen it, but I know that that item does work with Vorpal Blade since I've seen them together before and have actually used that. This would actually be the first time I got a successfully run Vorpal Blade run. I'm not using words very well. This would be the first time I'm doing a successful Vorpal Blade run, though, if it works. So I'm kind of excited for that, to be honest. The other benefit is, because it's a little bit longer, there's now 2 more spaces to put gems like the ruby to enhance it further. And gems that increase the damage are even better with the Vorpal Blade than they are with other weapons for the exact same reason. Bonus damage gets more bonus damage. So just like how I made this into a cycle, infinite cycle, it's just a self-feeding thing. I finally got it. A second pouch. Okay. Let's immediately see how this works. Can I put a pouch in a pouch? Okay. That's really good to know. I now have my answer. You simply are not allowed to put a pouch in a pouch. I'm glad that that's what they did. It makes perfect sense. I just wasn't sure if they were going to do it that way, even though it makes sense. Because sometimes game developers do things that do not make sense. I use a lot of words to say that, but I think I got the point across, which is what's important. I might eventually want to reorganize my bag in another way. Let's see, anything else that I want to put in here? Let's put these over here. In pouch. Plop in all the batteries. I could put this in here for now. I'm not using this. I'm not using either of these. These pouches, this is why the pouch is broken. It just, it allows you to store, it might not seem like a lot, 9 extra spaces compared to however many spaces you have normally. But that is a very large chunk of space. And I don't particularly care for money, but Golden Shiv I do want to sell when I'm able to. I can't sell in the shop because I already sold 3 items. 30 gold. Okay, so I have enough gold to fully upgrade the Vorpal Blade again. This is actually amazing. I am so happy right now. And now it is out of upgrades. Like, I can try. I have the gold for it, but when I do, it just tells me that it can't be forged further. I think I called it an enchantment earlier. That's wrong. It is a, it's forging it. But, yeah. Now, I don't know if there's any changes I would make now. Is this perfect? Because it might be. The only thing I could foresee wanting to change would be moving the core closer. But that's really risky. Because it is always possible that it's not really an infinite. It's just that it's not using up all the energy from the repeater. But I think it's fine. Honestly. I don't know how I would change this if I were to. I would probably want to change the direction I'm coming at it from, so I'm be coming at it from above. I don't need to do that now, though, so I just won't. Let's go into the final fight of this floor and absolutely dominate. There's only 4 more minutes that I have left with you, so I guess I'll start wrapping up now. I just want to say, though, that I appreciate each and every single person who has been a part of my journey so far on YouTube. So that's all of you. That's the people who take the time to watch my content, to show up during live streams, even when there's not that many people. I never expected anyone. So the fact that there's even one person honestly just fills me with so much gratitude. I can't even begin to express how grateful I am for all of you. And I do mean that sincerely. Thank you. On that note, again, YouTube things, like, subscribe, join the Discord. I would love to have more of you in my community. I literally every day I wake up and first thing I do is I open that Discord to see what's been going on, because I'm just that excited to see how my friends, I'd say friends, but yeah, you guys are my friends. To see how my community is doing, how they're all thriving. Two more minutes. This will probably be the last fight. It'll likely end in the middle of the fight. But yeah. So, like if you like, subscribe, stab your neighbors if you can. Hopefully, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but it's gone. Join me next time. Next week should be a video. I have my streams and occasional videos every Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If it's not Eastern Standard Time, it's still going to be the same time every week, so just keep an eye out. Aside from that, just be good. And, oh, here's that thing that gives you 5 XP. It doesn't matter, I'm at max level already. But, yeah. Thank you all, and I'll see you all